Hey, what's up guys? My name's Kyle Warner and today I'm out here with the Skydio 2 drone and we're going to go over all the different one-shot skills and follow track modes that this thing has available to it. And hopefully it'll be fun. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so now that drone is in the air, I'm going to go ahead and start going through the one-shot skills. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out as far as what you guys can see on the phone, but I'll do my best to get some of that footage in there. Alright, so now that we have the phone all set up, we're going to go ahead into the one-shot skill menu. The first one we're going to do is a droney. So we're going to go in like this, and it'll say start droney, starting in 3, 2, 1. So nice thing is you can actually adjust the speed of the droney by tapping this little bar here. And then once it's done, it'll come back to you, and it'll say complete. Cool, and then it'll switch back to motion track mode. So the next shot we're going to do is this one called a rocket. Again, you can adjust the speed. Then it'll return to you. Then we're gonna go ahead and do the boomerang. Alright, and then finally we're going to go ahead and do a vortex. This is the only one that is not adjustable as far as the speed goes. So this is a vortex. Alright, and then once the vortex is done, it'll actually come right back to you and say complete as well, just like the other ones. Cool. So as far as the one-shot skills go, that was all 4 of those one-shot skills. When you go back to this menu, you have motion track, fixed track, orbit, cable, hover, and then learn is just a tutorial. So we're going to go over motion track, fixed track, orbit, and hover with the footage I got the other day. But let's go ahead and do this cable shot real quick. So we're going to set our point A here. Fly through this path, set point B. Boom, and then you can go back and forth. Alright, sweet. So hopefully that worked this time. We just went over all of the one-shot skills as well as that cable mode. I really think it's cool that they put in all those one-shot skills into the software. Makes it really easy to get some cool shots if you don't really know what you're doing, like me. Next, we're going to go ahead and talk about all the motion track or follow modes. And this is where I'm going to kick it over to the footage I got the other day. So the first one that we're going to talk about is hover mode. Hover mode is actually just a mode where the drone will kind of hover in place. It'll see who you are, and it'll follow and rotate while basically still maintaining its position. The shot that I use this for is basically coming into a scene, so coming out of a trail onto like a big open vista point, and the drone is going to stay there, rotate around, and kind of show that big vista and view. So that's what I found most useful for the hover mode is scenarios like that. The next mode that we're going to talk about is motion track mode. So motion track mode is basically the mode where you select yourself and then you get this wheel, and you can select anywhere along the wheel wherever you want the drone to kind of maintain that position. So you can have it maintained behind you, in front of you, on the side of you, so you can maintain anywhere around that 360-degree circle. So I've found that motion track mode has been the best for capturing like the high speed trails where you really want the drone to kind of stay on you. For me, I've experienced it following from the back. So having the drone fall directly behind you gives the drone like the easiest time to kind of predict where you're about to go and read your movements. When you have the drone put in front of you and you're going at a high rate of speed, a lot of times it'll kind of like overshoot the features that you're just about to hit. So say I'm going down a high speed trail, the drone's in front, and I take a turn, the drone will still think I want to go straight, and then I turn really rapidly and it has to recorrect. Whereas if you're falling from behind, it's watching you take the turn and can kind of adjust and make that movement as well. So that's motion track mode kind of summed up really quickly. It works really well. You can set the height and the range and then where you want it to follow you, and it'll kind of always try to maintain that position. So say you're going down a trail, you take a right hand turn and the drone is supposed to be behind you. It'll kind of go and it'll turn right and keep behind you the whole time. So that's really cool if you want to kind of like go a little bit faster on some aggressive terrain. It makes it look really good. The two other modes we're going to talk about are orbit and fixed track. So let's go ahead and get into orbit first. So orbit mode is basically a mode where you click yourself, so you select yourself, and then the drone will know who you are, and it'll kind of like just rotate. You can select either direction, left or right, and it'll just rotate around you. I found that it rotates the best when you're going like under 5 to 6 miles an hour. So say you're walking or say you're out on a nice viewpoint, you can put it in orbit mode and it'll just kind of like orbit around you and get some really cool scenery. What I have found in my personal experience is that when you have it in orbit mode, say I'm going slow climbing up a trail, and then all of a sudden I start to go downhill and go fast, the drone will kind of be orbiting, and then as soon as you start to go over 10 miles an hour or so, it kind of just locks into place and will follow you down until you slow down again. So what I've found works best is if I'm climbing up a trail, I'll kind of like watch where it's going to be, wait for it to orbit into a cool spot, and then attack the downhill. It'll kind of stay in that region. Then when I get to the bottom of the downhill, I can stop, kind of let it orbit again, pick a new spot, and then attack again. So it's really nice for areas where you have some cool different views that you want to get, like say you're on a ridgeline trail and you want to get a panorama of the whole area. It makes it nice so you can kind of stop for a second, slow down under 5 miles an hour, let the drone orbit around you, get a new viewpoint, and then go, and it'll kind of stay there. It doesn't like to orbit over that 5 mile an hour for some reason, kind of likes to stay put there, but it really depends on the terrain you're into, because if it's on completely flat ground, I found that you can go a little bit faster, but if you're like up against a hillside and it's trying to like object avoidance its way around the hillside, then it doesn't like to go very fast. So that's been my experience personally with the orbit mode. And finally, we're going to go ahead and talk about fixed track mode. And for the longest time, I didn't have very good luck with this fixed track mode. Basically what fixed track is it's like follow track or motion track, where you kind of select where you want it to be. So say I'm on a trail and I have the drone set to the right side of me. So I'm going down the trail like this. If I take a right-hand turn in fixed track mode, the drone will stay put and I'll be coming at it now, and it'll kind of maintain that frame. But on follow track or motion track mode, if I'm following like this and I turn right, the drone will rotate as well. So in fixed track, it allows you to get some really cool shots. Like say I'm going down a straightaway trail and there's a right to left. Instead of the drone trying to move all around and correct itself, it'll basically just stay there. I come at it, I turn left, I go away from it, and it just follows down the trail like in that position the whole time. So after the last couple updates, I've gotten 2 big updates in the past week, and after those 2 updates, the fixed track works really well, and so that's the footage you guys are kind of seeing right now. I found that it works awesome, makes it really fun to get some cool shots, and I'm going to explore and experiment with it a little bit more, but to be honest with you, the footage you're watching is the first time it's ever worked for me, so it's cool to know that they're doing a lot of good updates and actually making this stuff work better every single week, so I can't wait to see how it is like in the final trim. So I hear a lot of complaints from people on the comment section like, oh, I wish it could fold, I wish it could do this, I wish the picture quality was greater, but to be honest with you guys, for $999 retail, I feel like the picture quality is good enough. It's better than an old Mavic, maybe slightly lower than a Mavic 2. Having it not fold is a bummer, but I think that in the future they're going to be able to do that. But to be honest, there's so much going on in here. Like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cameras plus your film camera. So you have so much hardware inside here that I don't think that it's really realistic to have it folding right now in a smaller size, but it's not that big, and I just throw it in my backpack and go ride all day. So it's been really cool. I have a blast with it. Another thing people have been asking about is a magnetic battery. It's on there. It doesn't come off. It takes a lot of effort to get it on and off, so you don't have to really worry about it. I haven't had any issues. If the drone was to crash, they said that they designed it so that basically when it does impact the ground, it'll pop off and reduce the mass of the drone, which will give less damage, hopefully. So realistically, it's a pretty cool idea, and it's on there, so that's good. But other than that, I don't really know what else to say in this video. I just hope that it was helpful, and I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate all the comments lately. If you have any questions for me, please add them below. I'll do my best to get back to you. It's been super fun doing this stuff, If you like the video, please like it, that'd be awesome. And if you could subscribe, that'd be great too. I've had a lot of fun watching the channel grow lately, and I'm just gonna keep trying to do this and plug away at it and have fun with it. So I appreciate the YouTube community, I appreciate all you guys, and I can't wait to see what you guys do with this. So thank you so much, I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys soon. You!